Welcome to Compai's Expat channel. I am Compai. I am Susua's voice of reason. Guys, I'm going to bring together my last 3 videos where I was a little bit tough on other content creators and real estate. But I tell you what is not tough is when you stay at my property, Casa De Compai.
There's a lot of places to rent in Susua. If you're looking for peaceful, affordable, and tranquil, look at Casa De Compai, Susua's hidden gem. When you're ready to reserve at Casa De Compai, my contact information is in the description down below.
Guys, thanks for watching my commercial. If you're looking for a short-term or long-term stay in Susua, my contact information is in the description down below. So guys, I got a little bit of hate mail recently. Guys were upset I called out their friend on YouTube. I call out a lot of people on YouTube. If you watch my channel and read between the lines, I got a lot to say about a lot of things. And guys, I'm going to bring everything together today. And why do I always say, be careful who you take advice from, especially if they've been here post-COVID. Pre-pandemic, they got a good idea what they're talking about. Post-pandemic, they do not. And I'm going to lead off with this one question. All the YouTube experts who were here 4 to 6 years ago, where are they now? Where are they? Where's the guy that had billboards up on the highway saying how he was going to have a law firm that was going to help you? Where's the guys out of Puerto Plata that were going to be building discos and doing their thing? Where are they now? Where's the guys that were going to be doing real estate? Where'd they go? Where's the guys that will call themselves mayor of Susua? I don't see them anymore. Why? Because there is a shelf life to most YouTubers. They come in, they're a flash in the pan, they tell you what they think they know, then they go away. They kind of run their course. And then they got backfilled. So now we're seeing this second wave of that post-pandemic people who are experts. And they've been here, they're running on 3 years. Yeah, pretty much. So I'm going to explain why you want to use YouTube, us content creators, myself included, as entertainment, no more, no less. That's it. They're just entertainment. But I want to do a little more than just entertain you, because if I was strictly just for entertainment, nobody would be watching me. The reason I have the viewership I do is because I give out real information to the point, unfiltered, and sometimes a little offensive to people who might be a little sensitive. Guys, let me make this perfectly clear. If you don't like my content, unsubscribe and move on. If I offend your friends, too bad. I don't care. I'm going to give my viewers direct information. And this is why you need to know what every content creator is motivated by. Most of them are either chasing clout or chasing a paycheck. Very few of us have a brick and mortar business here where we actually practice what we preach. So let me get into this. Why is this so important? Because most of the people here have not seen the business cycles. And guys, on my channel, very consistently, I've been saying winter is coming. Things are going to get worse before they get better. And they're going to be bad for at least 2 years. So why am I pulling this information? Well, I've seen it before, okay? I've seen it before. So, but let's not take my word for it. Let's look at the data. The data says everything. May 25 monthly housing market trends report. Where did I get this from? Realtor.com. Go look it up. Okay. The inventory home sales rose 31.5 year over year, making the 19th consecutive month of year over year inventory growth. Guys, not good. May 25 inventory hit new post-pandemic high. So let me say that again. May 2025 inventory hit a new post-pandemic high, but remains about 14% below pre-pandemic levels. The total number of unused homes, including those under contract, was up 20.8% compared to last year. So we have unsold inventory up 20.8. We got homes for sale is up by 31.5%. Newly listed homes increased 7.2% from a year ago. Pending home sales under contract fell 2.5% compared to last year. Homes spent a median of 51 days on the market, 6 more than a year ago. Guys, the data doesn't lie. There is a slowdown that's happening. So how does that affect things down here in the Dominican Republic? Guys, we are not a mortgage-based real estate market. Even though I'm seeing developers going, we'll get you mortgaged after we get your residency, after you buy our property. No, don't do that, guys. I'm telling you right now, run away from that. That's not good. Not good at all. Okay? So that's the American market. So the American market is looking that way. So who really drives the market down here? The Canadians drive the market down here. They really drive the real estate market. I'm not saying Americans aren't down here buying. Oh, yeah, we are. Yeah, we're very important to the market. But when you're looking at the people who are buying the villas in the gated communities, there's a lot of Canadians. Canadians did not have the downturn in 2008. They made so much money on the equity of their homes that they're able to sell, get crushed on the exchange rate going into the American dollars, and still have enough money to buy down here. That says a lot. But guys, is it going to continue? Well, let's see what the data has to say. Okay, this is from TD Bank. We mostly upgraded our home sales growth forecast for the second half of the year across Canada. This represents assumption that pent-up demand that was sidelined in a weaker than expected first half returns to the market. The data is comparing this narrative with Canadian home sales up 4% month over month in May after inching higher in April. However, uncertainty remains elevated and job markets are deteriorating. Guys, that makes people nervous. When people are afraid of losing their jobs, guess what they don't do? They don't go on vacation. And they don't buy property overseas. They hold in, they hunker down, they start cutting expenses because they don't feel comfortable. Let's go back to the data. In contrast, 2025 home prices growth is seen as declining on average in British Columbia and Ontario. Supply/demand balance indicators suggest there is too little demand, chasing too much supply in these markets. Guys, for us Americans, what are they talking about? When they say British Columbia, they're talking about the city of Vancouver, pretty much. When they're talking Ontario, they're talking the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area. Guys, sales aren't happening. So when sales aren't happening in North America, they're not happening down here. So we're not seeing the sales that we were seeing before happen down here. So how does that affect YouTube? Why did I start off with YouTube content creators? Now I'm talking data down below. Because, guys, when these developers down here and the people that overextended themselves down here, the best place to push your product in today's world is YouTube. When you see these developers doing interviews pushing their product, it's because they have to. I push my real estate. I push Casa De Compai because YouTube is the best narrative for that. You do not want to be a developer down here trying to bust into the market against the condo complexes against the gated communities that have a built-in reputation, that are already pre-existing. Guys, it's a tough, tough field to plow. You don't want to do this in the beginning of a downturn. It's just, as a guy who's been doing real estate since he was 20, buying properties, fixing them up, getting sweat equity into that, then holding the properties, was never a flipper. That's why you're seeing these developers partner up with YouTube content creators. Hey, I'm doing a thing in Mishies. Hey, this is a gated community that you want to check out. Hey, this is where you want to go look over in this city. Let me tell you something about real estate in the Dominican Republic. You do not learn it short term. Just because you videotape something and you're getting a kickback on a commission to promote it doesn't mean it works. Let me say that again. Just because it's an entertaining video where the content creator is walking around filming it doesn't mean it's a place you want to invest. It took me a good 6 years to fully understand the Sosua market. There's a reason I haven't started my YouTube channel years before. I should have had this YouTube channel going a long time ago. But if I'm going to come out here and I'm going to say, guys, this is what you want to do, this is what you want to look at, this is the trends, this is the cycles, you got to understand the market. You can't know that just by driving to a place, doing a video. This is too big of an island to learn everything there is to know about a particular city or a development. Guys, it just doesn't work that way. It's just unfathomable. You can't do it. It just literally, why do certain parts of Sosua go underwater every 6 years? Why? Why is certain places, La Mulata, have the best water in Sosua when it comes to wells, where El Bate is horrible, where Playa Chiquita doesn't have anybody? Well, why are the wells in Playa Chiquita all have saltwater intrusion? These are facts that I'm giving you that you do not get in a 3-year time period. These are important information that goes into where you buy, where you build, where you rent. You see my point? Now we're going into a downturn market, and you're getting developers, you're getting sellers pushing. Now, when it comes to things like this, right? Let's look at this. This is just marketing. This is perfect. This is how it's done. It's straightforward. It's to the point. It's saying, hey, this is what I'm selling. This is what I'm offering. Guys, this is how it's done. What we're seeing the beginning of the market softening. And the people who are invested know it as well. They look at the same charts I just showed you, and they know they need to get ahead of this. And the best way to get ahead of this is by your marketing. The best way to market it is to do it through YouTube. Coordination with real estate agents, it has a chance for them to be successful. I'm not making a dime off of pushing other people's properties. What I want to do is not have people come to me and go, man, I tried doing what you did, and I lost everything. 58 years old, and I have to go back to work. Everything I worked for my whole life is gone. There's a lot more that goes into this down here, guys, than just watching TV. You really got to go slow. You really got to have a trusted real estate agent who knows the market you're working in. And the people who are going to do well in this upcoming slowdown, because it's going to get worse. You're going to see people unloading property. And they're the people who believed the real estate agents who came after COVID, post-COVID. You can make 10% on Airbnb. It can pay all your bills. People don't understand what it takes to run property here. And I want to avoid people making that mistake. And sometimes by putting that information out there, you got to crack a couple eggs. People are going to get offended. Too bad. I give you the truth. I give it to you point blank. You like it? Great. If you don't, just as great. But what you're going to see is this market downturn. You're going to see the people who want to purchase a property. Now, within the next coming up, you're going to see the fire sales take place. Have somebody you work with on the ground who you trust to go look at those places. And then when you get a couple you want to look at, you fly down, you look at it, and you do business. That's the way to do it. And those people are going to come out ahead. Good times for investors are coming. Bad times are for the buyers who listened to the real estate agents who said they can make good money on Airbnb to pay for their properties. It's happened in the gated communities. It's happened everywhere. And you're seeing people backpedaling now. So with that being said, guys, keep private personal and personal private. Be safe and peace out.